Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ricky V, and today we're going to talk about Sceletium tortuosum, or as it is also known out there as Kanna. Now, Sceletium tortuosum is one of the main nootropic ingredients in the new Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout. You get about 250 milligrams of Sceletium tortuosum per every scoop of the pre-workout. And let me tell you guys, this is another very strong ancient plant from a far corner of the earth. Sceletium tortuosum, or Kanna, is one of the incredible nootropic ingredients in the new Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout that has got all of us feeling this nice sort of head buzz whenever we take the product. So guys, hang on tight. Let me tell you all about Sceletium tortuosum, Kanna. For thousands of years, the Koe and San people of South Africa have harvested this herb for its effects on the mind and body. The tribal shaman claimed that this is a safe painkiller, appetite suppressant, and just a very effective way to enhance your mood rather quickly. Now, Sceletium tortuosum has been described as a succulent plant, and if you look at a picture of it, it is quite succulent. Thick green leaves that are full of water. Succulent plants will actually store water during the time where there is plenty of water, so that they have it when there isn't so much water. And so that's why the plant looks this way. It's saving water. Now, traditionally, the local people would ferment the plant for a few days and turn it into a sort of medicine that's been called everything from Kanna to Shana to Kuuji. The fermented plant would be laid out to dry, and then the dried leaves of the fermented plant could be smoked whole or even grounded up into a nice powder. The powder could then be added to food or drinks, or even placed under the tongue or inside of the cheek. The active ingredients in the plant can make it right into the bloodstream through the cheek or under the tongue, sublingual administration. And the effects they were always looking for was just hunger suppression, thirst suppression, pain-killing effects of it. Reports that go back centuries talk about its use among hunters and farmers. Even people working the field would wash their aching legs at night with a Kanna preparation. Yeah, the pain-killing effects and relaxing, muscle-relaxing effects of Kanna work even when applied topically. But when you ingest the plant, oh man, the effects on the brain are quite profound. The herb is very psychoactive. Today, in the modern world, it is used to reduce anxiety and stress. But so far, we have not found it to contain any sort of hallucinogenic or addictive properties. Now, look, there are many folks out there that love Kanna. They like the effects of the kind of calm focus that it promotes, the pain relief, the hunger suppression, the fact that it's been used traditionally for hundreds, if not thousands of years. The fact that it is safe, even if you took quite a bit of it, you won't overdose or get really sick from it. And also the fact that it can be grown as a houseplant. It's quite easy to grow Sceletium tortuosum at home. Now, there have been some skeptics. While I was doing research for this video, I ran across some YouTubers that tried it live right on their YouTube feed, and they didn't report some hallucinogenic or crazy trip. These guys were kind of disappointed, I guess. But we're not. If you're listening to this on the Vintage Muscle channel, then you're not looking for Kanna to get you high. You're looking to improve your performance, to kind of solidify that mind and muscle connection to perform better. And that is why many of us use Kanna. It's just for that kind of calm focus. But yeah, there are skeptics out there that try to get high with the herb. They're smoking it. They're snoring the grounded up powder right on their YouTube channels. And it doesn't seem to work for everyone the first time. Actually, it seems that people, the first time they use Kanna, the experience is just not that profound. It just doesn't give everyone that brain buzz, that kind of feel good the first time they use it. I've personally found when I use the Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout that it's grown on me. The pre-workout has actually sort of acts better. My body likes it better after about the third or fourth day of use. So that would definitely be right in line with everything we know and researched about Kanna so far. Okay, guys, well, so far I've given you some real practical and historical use of Kanna, how preparations are made and what they're used for. Now we're going to deep dive into the science of it a little bit and figure out what Kanna is actually doing, because it does a lot of things. It does a lot of things at the neuron level. It's very active. But before I describe for you all these things it does, let me get this out of the way. Kanna is actually composed of several alkaloids that are all active. Namely, they're mesembrine, mesembronol, and tortuosamine. Out of all these compounds, it seems that the mesembrine and mesembrome are thought to be the most active of the bunch. Both mesembrine and mesembrinone have some clinical data that suggest that both of these may be acting as SRIs, or serotonin reuptake inhibitors, sort of like a lot of the antidepressant drugs you see in the prescription market right now. All of these compounds inhibit the reabsorption of serotonin. That process is called the reuptake. By inhibiting the reabsorption of serotonin at the cleft, at that space in between the neurons, you're causing a spike in serotonin. And that is that feel-good hormone that just makes us feel nice. Now, this surge of serotonin is basically what many folks think is really going on with Kanna, where we get that feel-good feeling off of it. Some people have described it as a natural MDMA, but that is not all that Kanna does. Kanna also activates opioid receptors, which may be the reason why it has such a profound painkilling effect. Now, please don't get me wrong here, guys. There are opioids out there, synthetic opioids, that have become a real problem for many people. Unlike those, Kanna does not seem to be addictive, or at least there are no reports of addiction or dependency from using Kanna. Now, some of the other alkaloids in Kanna also bind to the receptor for cholecystectonic 1, which, when activated, also reduces the feeling of hunger, which is just a great effect to have on a nutritional supplement for us guys trying to get lean and ripped, right? Yeah, it's definitely something I want in my pre-workout, I'll tell you that. So yeah, guys, Sceletium tortuosum, Kanna, 250 milligrams of it you get right in the Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout. It's got mood elevating effects, pain-killing effects, and will help you manage your hunger throughout the day. I like to take 1 scoop of the pre-workout in the morning as my new coffee now, and then I'll take another scoop of it right in the afternoon before my afternoon workout. And yes, guys, the pre-workout formula will feel better and better as the days go by. I noticed that about on my 3rd or 4th day of using the Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout, I could feel that Sceletium tortuosum kind of kicking in and giving me those effects. Kanna is not something that is going to blow your mind the first time you use it. Your body needs to kind of warm up to it. And look, guys, if you want to try the Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout with 250 milligrams of Sceletium tortuosum per scoop, you need to head over to vintage-muscle.com. Click on the Buy Now button. When you scroll down the page, you will see the offer so that you can get the Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout for free. You just need to order a couple of stacks, and the pre-workout will be added to your order for free. You just got to make sure to use the proper coupon code. It'll all be explained to you right at that page. As I've been doing this new nootropic series on all of the different nootropic, feel-good, energizing ingredients in the Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout, I've come to realize just what a strong formula this is. Look, it's a great formula for all of us that already enjoy caffeine, already enjoy coffee, and like the additional boost of the caffeine with other nootropics. Because that is my next video, guys, caffeine anhydrous. Now, many of you think, oh, I already know caffeine. Well, maybe you don't know it just like this. Because in the Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout formula, the effects of caffeine are enhanced by the Sceletium tortuosum, huperzine A, by the N-phenethyl-dimethylamine, and the other ingredients that are in the formula that all come together to just give you this feel-good mind and muscle connection that you've never felt before, guys. I'm telling you, this is the most powerful mind-stimulating pre-workout you will ever try. And if you would like to first read some reviews by real users of the Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout, that's real easy to do, guys. Head over to vintage-muscle.com, and at the very top, click on the community link. That will lead you right to the Vintage Muscle community on Facebook, where you can ask other guys what their experiences are using the Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout, how they like it, what they compare it to, and what dosage works best for them. I'll be there to answer all of your questions and share my own experiences using the Vintage Muscle Pre-Workout. That's it for me today, guys. I'll see you guys at the Vintage Muscle community on Facebook. Peace.